Soon, everyone will be gaming in VR, thinking they're really cool. Problem is, they're not. When I'm in VR, I'm a super agent, fearlessly diving down into a warehouse crowded with terrifying zombie things and beating them using my wits and cunning. But the reality is, I'm doing this. All this time I had thought I'd look like John Wick or James Bond. It was only when I lugged all my kit down for Christmas and performed pretty much this in front of my whole family that I learned the ugly truth of the situation. I didn't look like a brave secret agent. I looked like a gamer, acting out his favourite action scenes, thinking it looked cool. Now I know what you're all thinking. How do I get my room so bright? The secret is my 36-watt LED. It's awesome. You might also be asking, why do I have no clothes on? I'll be getting to that in a bit. The first thing I've got to say is, VR throws up a lot of challenges that you might not have anticipated. The main one being light bulbs. It's all well and good having an open space in your room, but almost every environment I've ever been in has a light of some sort dangling down in the middle. Mine's not too bad, a high ceiling and a bit of duct tape can hold it out of arm's reach. But my parents have this beautiful low-hanging chandelier, and no matter where I was in VR, I'd managed to find and to hit it with my fists. I expect this to have far-reaching implications, like Half-Life Alyx's levels being designed so that you're usually looking level or downwards. Maybe the head crabs have been adjusted so they don't go above head height and things like that. Boneworks, the game I'm playing in this video, doesn't give such issues thought. You spend an ungodly amount of time clawing at your ceiling, and to help with this, I've developed a new and even uncooler way of playing VR. I have become a head crab, a fast, scuttly thing that runs about at groin level, leaping up into the faces of my foes, brick in hand. I didn't think it would look dignified, but I was right. I looked downright savage. This is the future of gaming, people. I can't wait to watch VR esports. VR is a much more intense experience than normal gaming is. Even for me, an experienced gamer, it took me a number of sessions to get through Boneworks' tutorials. I find running about with a joystick much heavier going than, say, the lab's teleport mechanic. Boneworks hasn't made me feel sick yet, but by the time I finish a level, I'm feeling sweaty and not wanting to do any more. So I've been slowly chipping away at the game one level at a time, finding them increasingly enjoyable each time I repeat them. I'm slowly becoming one with that virtual body of mine. It's a beautiful thing, really. Once you master the controllers like I have, you'll be able to move and interact with such beauty and grace, as can be seen here. It's thrilling to be running through the sewage systems, ducking behind cover, picking off enemies and timing your reloads strategically. There's a lot of joy to be had from perfecting a gun reload, but also a lot of fun to be had along the way, making all of the mistakes and botches that you no doubt will make. It's at times like these that it all comes together and you decide that all the hassle and the cost and not having a proper bed has been worth it. And then it lumps you with a stupid puzzle that you rush through to get to the next shooty bit. So, why am I wearing so little? Well, let me tell you, VR gets hot. It got particularly hot next to the log fire my parents have. But even in an unwarmed flat, in December, VR will warm you up. It won't be long before you start stripping. My first time doing this was in VR chat. I find that most people on this program use anime avatars, but that's not really my thing, so I dressed as an innocent little dog instead. I was surrounded by a group of people and it felt oddly normal to take my trousers off in full view of them all, hidden behind the veil that is VR and its current limitations. Just don't try getting your shirt over your VR display, it gets stuck somewhere on the cord and weighs you down and trips you up. And that is why I'm wearing next to nothing in these clips. A gun in a normal game is just a tool to defeat the enemy, but in VR, it's something I worship. Finishing a reload feels like I've earned the right to use one of these beauties. And when I'm holding a loaded weapon in my hand, it feels real, weighty and dangerous. And the possibilities stretch out beyond me, endlessly. I can kind of understand why Americans love owning these things, to be honest. And when I'm rushing through dangerous places holding a pistol, I feel like I'm James Bond. I'm so cool and suave. I'm brave and athletic. I sprint through gunfire, I tackle baddies in one hand and pump them full of lead with the other. I feel like I used to as a child wielding a water pistol, but this is better. It's just that this is best left to what you can see on screen and how you see yourself in your imagination. Because the sad reality is, you don't really want to see what you look like in VR, for it is not a pretty sight. And you certainly don't want others seeing you like this either. You'll lose yourself in your first VR game. You really will. You'll hide behind cover for dear life. You'll pretend to act concerned when you check your half-empty ammo magazine, because you've seen it done in the movies. And you'll pant, you'll grunt, and make gun sounds with your mouth. Yes, you will. You won't know you're doing this, but everybody else in the room will. So, for your own sake, make sure that you're alone, that your door is locked, your curtains pulled, and that no videos of yourself ever make their way to the internet. Let this video act as a warning. The Star Wars kid was ahead of his time. His video should have served as a warning to us all, but he's already being joined by me, by hundreds of Beat Saber players, and come the first VR Star Wars game, he'll be joined by countless thousands more. Get ready.